and let us all do we can to build a better future.
Washington, D.C. is nothing more than a glorified old folks' home. It's true. In the Senate and House, we see both Democratic and Republican lawmakers who are well past their prime, who are in their 80s, mid 80s, and going into their 90s. Case in point, Dianne Feinstein, who's, again, half her face is paralyzed. Am I being mean? Yes, but I mean, let's face it, 89 years old. She has no business in the halls of the U.S. Senate. I'm going to say that again. At 89 years old, there's nothing stunning and brave about an elderly old woman who doesn't know where she's at. And for 3 months, I guess, was recovering from the shingles and then has the audacity, or is it that, better yet, the Democratic Party has the audacity to think that everything's fine, even though she told a reporter that she was in Washington, D.C. the whole time, even though she was in the state of California. Again, I do have to wonder, these politicians in both the Democratic and Republican Party, I mean, don't they have family members that love them? I really have to ask that question. Or better yet, the thing is, maybe my audience, all of you have brought this up. No, their family members don't love them. They love the money that their elderly family members who serve in the U.S. Senate or House bring in. This is not how a global superpower should be running itself. We need to have people who are sharp and aware of what is happening daily. And in this day and age of advanced technology, the internet, information being shared in seconds, many of our politicians who are serving in positions of power are ill prepared. We've had and done many stories that, again, highlight the fact that there are many politicians who take pride in not owning a smartphone, but yet having people run their social media. We live in a crazy show, a clown show. It's a Saturday morning cartoon show. That's what we're in. And I have to pull up this article here because apparently Joe Biden, who, if he gets reelected, will be the oldest serving president in U.S. history. Biden responds to a fall during the Air Force ceremony. I got sandbagged, even though there were no sandbags on stage. President Biden responded to questions about a spill he took during the Air Force Academy's commencement ceremony Thursday, placing the blame on a sandbag on stage. I got sandbagged, he joked to reporters after landing back in Washington, D.C. before skipping once and walking off. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. This is embarrassing. As a nation, vote blue no matter who. Diehard liberals. I know vast majority of you don't like this show, but honestly, look, let's be real here. We know that this is wrong. And the fact that the Democratic Party are okay with no debates, nobody challenging Biden, etc. Are you okay with this? Would you allow one of your loved ones to go through with this? Would you want to be in Joe Biden's shoes? I mean, again, I'm going to read this sentence right here. The 80-year-old president fell on stage. The 80-year-old president fell on stage for the people in back. The 80-year-old president, leader of the free world, fell on stage after congratulating the last of the Air Force graduates at the ceremony. The White House said he not injured in the tumble, which it blamed on a sandbag on the stage. He's fine. There was a sandbag on the stage while he was shaking hands. White House Communications Director Ben LaBolt tweeted after the incident. Biden also declined to give any details about his phone call with former President Obama upon his return to Washington. The White House said earlier Thursday that the two discussed this week's vote to raise the debt ceiling, among other topics, as Biden traveled back on Air Force One. So here we go. Let's go check it out. That's the leader of the free world, folks. One more time. Is this what we're finding acceptable? I got sandbags. I also want to pull up this video here.
He's at the Air Force Academy. He actually fell down. Well, I hope he wasn't hurt. I hope he wasn't hurt. But it's the whole thing is, look, the whole thing is crazy. You got to be careful about that. You got to be careful about that because you don't want that. Even if you have to tiptoe down a ramp, you got to.
Again,
he's at the Air Force.
Again, for those of you who don't remember, but there's that infamous video of Trump having a hard time going down that ramp. But see, Democrats, this is what your candidate, Joe Biden, will be open to. Absolute ridicule. And from what I saw from the CNN town hall and the Fox News town hall, and from previous statements from Trump's campaign so far, he is not going to hold anything back. He is going to be completely unapologetic. And the 2020 campaign that we saw, I don't think we're going to see a repeat of it. In fact, Trump would be foolish and stupid to play it safe like how he did in 2020. He's got to come out swinging like he did in 2016 and 2024. It looks like we're going to see history repeat itself. I, for one, have to say that this full stop, Biden has had numerous incidences in which he has been tripping, falling, stumbling all over the place. He is not in his prime anymore. But already we have plenty of Democratic politicians who are more than willing to say that Biden's their guy. He's not fit. Case in point, we're all focusing on the Air Force trip at the Air Force Academy. But I want to pull up this one here as well. This took place a while ago. I think it's important to share with all of you and remind you that this is the leader of the free world. Wait for it. This is an absolute embarrassment. If you are a Democratic voter currently right now, I need you to really ask yourself in your most personal moments, do you really think your boy Biden really has what it takes to win? Because as it stands right now, it's only going to get worse. Every time he speaks, he's slurring, he's stuttering, he's forgetting. Everywhere he goes, he makes himself look like a clown. It's elder abuse at this point. Is there anybody that really cares? 80 years old, serving in a high position of power. It's easy to point at Dianne Feinstein and Biden, but, there are other politicians that are that exact same age bracket that are struggling as well. Term limits, age limits. This has to stop. The embarrassment and the abuse has to stop, because at the end of the day, it's the American people that suffer, because a lot of these old politicians are so old, they can be easily manipulated and easily told, especially as they get older and their critical thinking fades away. Their ability to ascertain where they're at goes away. They could vote on anything and be assured vote and then be wheeled out right away. Congress is an old folks' home. It's time to clean it out.